Since the beginning of early nations, Afghanistan was an impossible target for conquest. However, when Afghans fight each other, things could turn out differently than what we could expect. Afghanistan today is known for war, as the War of Afghanistan had just ended in 2021. But that isn't the only civil war that Afghanistan is known for. The very first Afghan civil war took place in 1863, when Dost Muhammad Khan died and split Afghanistan between his two sons, Sher Ali Khan and Muhammad Azad Khan. However, both of them wanted to rule Afghanistan completely, which ended up into a civil war. War was fought and continued until 1869, when Sher Ali Khan seized Kabul and sent his brother packing. Muhammad fled to Iran and died there while in exile, and Ali Khan became the next ruler of Afghanistan. The Second Civil War didn't happen until 1928. During this time, the Kingdom of Afghanistan had just been installed, but there were many other Afghans who didn't agree with the kingdom and wanted Afghanistan to return as an emirate. They were Saqqatists, and they opposed New Islam and wanted more Islamic tradition. The Saqqatists did really well in southern Afghanistan and carried Kabul, but the monarchists did get some support from the Soviets, and they invaded northern Afghanistan in 1929. With that said, the Saqqatists were crushed, and the Afghan monarchy was tamed. Now, moving into the modern era, where we see much more action taking place. In 1989, the Soviet Union was collapsing and evacuated Afghanistan. The communists had only one last hope in keeping their government, and that was by fighting the Mujahideen forces themselves. They were, of course, supported by the Soviets, but the Mujahideen had more allies such as Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. The war continued for 3 years until the Mujahideen forces had crushed the communists in 1992, and the Islamic State of Afghanistan was then declared. However, a far-right organization, Hizb-e-Islami Gulbuddin, wanted to assert its control over Afghanistan. This leads into a civil war, and many countries get involved in the conflict. Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Uzbekistan supported the Islamic State, while Pakistan and even Iran and Uzbekistan showed some support to the rebels. Then in late 1994, the Taliban rose up. The Taliban, formerly known as the Mujahideen, but decided to take their ideals to a whole new level. They got support from Pakistan, which was their ally. In 1996, the Islamic State of Afghanistan collapsed, and the Taliban took over Kabul and the whole nation. Civil war continued in 1996. The Islamic State of Afghanistan was a state in exile and got support from many Asian/Middle Eastern nations. But when the 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers occurred, this only got the United States and the democracies involved in the conflict. The Taliban did have allies, however, such as Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and the United Arab Emirates. Ever since the 9/11 attacks took place, President Bush decided to take things to another level, turning the civil war into invasion in 2001, challenging the Taliban government, which starts the war in Afghanistan a few years later.